He spent his whole life asking. He asked out loud and whispered prayers in desperate silences. He asked for big things, small things, and things no one would understand. Deep down, he only wanted one thing: to feel that something out there was listening. He was a simple man. He worked with clay, shaping bowls, vases, and temple figures. But inside, he was made of absence. Something was missing, and he couldn't name it. With every piece he crafted, he made a silent wish. May my life change. May she return. May luck finally find me. And when things went wrong, he told himself, I didn't wish hard enough. One day, while walking a shortcut between the market and his home, he noticed something strange leaning against an abandoned wall. A dark wooden box, carved with ancient symbols. It was covered in dust, like it hadn't been touched for years. And yet, it called to him, without a single sound. He stepped closer, hesitant. Almost without thinking, he opened it. Inside, a handwritten note. Whatever you ask within this box, I shall be granted, but never question the cost. He chuckled. Probably a trick, but why not try? He closed his eyes and wished for something small, a broken vase he'd been wanting to replace. When he returned home, it was there. A new vase. Perfect. Sitting on his table. The door had been locked. No one had been inside. That's when he started to believe. In the days that followed, he wished for more. A better kiln, more coins, an old love, new recognition. And one by one, things began to happen. He smiled more, walked taller, told people, life is finally listening to me. But then, the cracks began to show. First, his dreams disappeared. He slept like stone, but woke up exhausted, as if something inside him was being drained night after night. Then the wishes began to distort. He asked for prosperity and gained wealthy clients who belittled his work. He asked for companionship and attracted people who only stayed when he said yes to everything. With every gift he received, something vanished within him. He ignored it at first, blamed coincidence, fatigue, but the truth started to ache, like an invisible thorn. The more he gained, the less alive he felt. One evening, he looked in the mirror, not at his face and at his eyes, and saw no spark, only hunger, endless empty hunger. He had everything he ever asked for, and yet, none of it filled him. That night he returned to the ruins, the box in hand, determined to return it, to rid himself of it. But when he arrived, the place was gone. No wall, no trace, only dirt and overgrown grass. He sat down holding the box. For the first time, he didn't make a wish, he just asked, why does everything I receive leave me further from myself? The silence answered, and within that silence, a memory surfaced. He was a child crying over a toy that wasn't his. His mother picked him up and whispered, sometimes what we want the most doesn't fit who we are yet. That pierced him. Maybe desire wasn't the enemy. Maybe it was the hunger behind the desire. The belief that something out there would fix what he refused to look at and hear. He brought the box home. But now he didn't ask for anything, he just sat with it. Quietly. No expectation. No command. In the days that followed, things shifted. The difficult clients disappeared. His work grew simpler, more honest. A woman entered his life, not promising anything but listening to his silence. He didn't chase her, didn't beg, and still, she stayed. The box remained, but still, and oddly, more present than ever. Like a mirror that only reflects when you stop trying to see yourself. He saw the pattern. What he begged for came twisted. What he surrendered came whole. One day, he met a hermit in the woods, an old man under a tree, known by few. He showed him the box. The hermit smiled and touched it. Many seek this. Few realize it's not a gift. It's a test. A test of what? he asked. A test to see if your deepest desires are what's blocking what's already yours. The hermit leaned closer. The soul asks for things the ego doesn't understand, and the ego desires what the soul never needed. That line would follow him forever. He walked home carrying the box, lighter than before. He no longer wanted to get more. He wanted to release more. Years passed. He kept working with clay. He was never rich, but he never lacked anything again. He had what mattered: peace, space, truth. People began to seek him, not for miracles, but for quiet. He gave no advice, only stories, some real, others symbolic, all with the same seed. You don't need more. You just need to stop blocking what's already yours. One day, a restless boy knocked on his door. He wanted everything: love, money, fame, meaning. He was tired of not being seen. The man offered him tea. They sat in silence. When the boy finished speaking, the man said only, "You're so full of wanting. There's no room for receiving." The boy didn't understand, not right away, but the phrase stayed. And days later, he returned. That was the new rhythm. Soft, contagious, like letting go had unlocked something invisible, in himself and in others. One day, while shaping a vase, a small clump of clay dropped and cracked the old floor. Bending down to clean it, he noticed something hidden under the tiles, wrapped in a dark cloth. He pulled it out. It was the box, the same, untouched, but he had buried it by the river. In that moment, time folded. The air changed, and he realized the box had never been outside him. It had always lived inside, where his clinging lived. Desire wasn't a wooden box. It was the mind, the heart that refused to let go. He placed a hand over it and whispered, "I don't need you anymore, to believe that life takes care of me." And with that, something melted. Quietly, like ice, like illusion. That night he dreamed of a vast field, open sky, no path, just him, walking, not toward anything, just walking, with presence. In the dream, a woman's voice whispered, "You receive when you're empty, you bloom when you're free." He woke up with soft tears, not of pain, of relief. For the first time there was no rush inside him, no haunting need, only space. And that space was the invitation. He grew older. People called him a teacher, though he never claimed to be one. His small workshop became a place of listening, where silence healed more than words ever could. One day a child asked, "Why don't you teach us how to ask for the right things?" He smiled. "Because the right things don't need to be asked for, only received." The child frowned. "But how do I know what's mine?" The man took a handful of clay, placed it in the child's hand and said, "If it's truly yours, it won't slip away when you stop gripping so tightly." And maybe that's what you needed to hear today. Because sometimes what you want the most is exactly what's stopping you from receiving what was always yours. So ask yourself, with courage and silence, what am I holding so tightly that I'm blocking what's already trying to arrive? If this story touched something inside you, share it with someone who's still chasing what they already carry. And if this path speaks to your soul, subscribe to this channel. Here, every story is a key, every silence a reflection, every pause a hidden path inward. You don't need more. You just need to make room for what's already yours.